So good evening, everyone. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I had a fabulous one. I went to see my upline, Cindy and Bo Buck, and they live close to Aspen, if people know where that is, Carbondale. And I went for my first snowshoe experience. I've never done that before, as many times as I've lived in Colorado. So we just had a blast and talked about a lot of ASEA stuff too and watch the football games. I hope everybody enjoyed them if they are a football fan. And if you're not, since I see a lot of women here who aren't making any kind of motions, then I hope you had another great whatever you did on Sunday. David and I get together. We've been part of a team. He's been like my little brother. He was one of the first people I introduced this to. So we decided to do our team phone calls together because I work with everybody on the team, and he works with most people also. And so, like I said, he'll be on in just a few minutes. He's running late on a Zoom, and he has the schedule of events for the week. And and I will probably just get started real quick with rank advancements because he's not on right now. So, and it's been a little slow, so there aren't as many as usual. So I will just share my screen very quickly and show you those. So anyway, and let me do this. No, here's what I want to do. Okay. So we have new directors. Now, if there's anybody new on, we always like to congratulate people for speaking up and telling other people about this and helping them change their lives through health and or financial. And so somebody who's gone director means that they've talked to two people at least, and those two people have joined them as associates, and they've put one on their left side and one on their right side. So now you're a new director. So the new directors this week are Margie Montilla and Jennifer Michulok. So congratulations. And again, those are probably the scariest ones you'll ever do because they're your first, and you're speaking up about redox, which is something that I always laugh because I say to people, I always have to explain what redox is and then why you need it, as opposed to just being a vitamin or something and people already know what it is. So it can be tough kind of bringing that up in a conversation to people. So then usually there's director 300s, and that's 300 points on both sides. We don't have any new director 300s this week, but we have several new director 700s, which is you have at least two people, and you have accumulated 700 points on both sides, left and right. So our new director 700s this week are Alina Binti Bahari, Casey Odell, Thanya Thon, Ralturiro, Martiza Jackson, Thomas May, and Christina Horvath Sia. So congratulations to all of those, and that is very exciting. Your next step is an executive level. Bronze is our first one, and you and your team have then done 2,000 points on both sides, and you have two people that have stepped up to work with you, and they are director 300s in the same week. But we had somebody who went silver, which is the level above bronze, and that's 3,000 points on both sides and 3 director 300s all in 1 week. And that's Sean Drebin, and congratulations to Sean. That is fantastic. He's been working hard. He's very busy with his other job, and he's always helping people. But he's been speaking up about ASEA a lot, and he finally had somebody that joined his team that is really just taking off. So we're very excited for Sean.
He's very excited.
I'm sure he is. I'm so excited for him.
I told his mother yesterday, he is my favorite little cousin.
And absolutely.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah, I'm really excited for him because I know he's worked hard for quite a few years. So that's great.
And he's gonna move to Idaho, not far from
I know.
in June.
Right.
So that'll be nice. We'll have both of them there. That'll be really nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I told him I'm coming up because I've been to Idaho, but I'd love to go see more parts of it. It's really a beautiful state.
Well, I've never been there, so I want to go too.
Oh, absolutely. And then you have to come see me.
Allowed. Yeah.
So, well, wonderful. Congratulations, Barbara. I know you signed up Sean, so that's
He
terrific.
actually is under Ryan, but yes, he's there.
Yeah, but you
our
pretty
son.
much did it.
Yes.
Exactly. So, so congratulations to Sean and everyone else on the list. That is absolutely wonderful. And that's the way people get to know about this incredible technology and what it can do. And there are so many people out there. I was just talking to somebody who called me about a completely different thing. Some of us have been doing some of the Eric Worre trainings, and they've been calling me to see what we do. And he said, "What is ASEA?" And I start telling him. He's calling me on a separate line so he can find out more about ASEA, because he's got some people in his family that are suffering. He's like, "That sounds incredible. Why haven't we heard about this?" I'm like, "I don't know." We don't have enough people speaking up, I guess. So anyway, keep talking to people, because there are people out there every day looking for this. Normally David goes over what we have planned for this week. So I'm going to go ahead and just start welcoming new people if we have some new people on tonight. And that way he can come in at the end and show us that. But anyway, so if you want to put it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself and just tell me if you have somebody new on tonight. I would love to welcome them. Okay. Okay, what do you want to talk about?
It's like feast or famine, right?
Exactly, I know. Sometimes there's so many people, new people on, that we hardly can get them all in. And it's been slow for the last few weeks, I have to say. Slower than usual. I think people are getting back into their stride after the holidays. Has
Hi,
anybody?
this is Chris.
Hi, Radine.
Hi, I wanted to ask a little bit about ASEA Connect. I've been trying to use it, and
Yeah.
I'm having issues with it. I was just curious if anyone on here is savvy with it.
I don't use it very often. I'm mostly using Genie.
Okay. I was thinking I might have to just venture and do the Genie one. It's something I got to pay for, but it may be more doable.
Well, as your organ, go ahead.
Yeah, I can give my experience with them. I've been using both if you want, Debbie.
Sure.
Yeah, so I've been a Genie user since I came on board, so almost 3 years, and I love Genie. I think it has really great functionality. And when ASEA Connect came on, I used that for a little while. And while I found that it had some good ability to send out like an advertisement, basically, like here's the general gist of what these things are, but then it fell short on me being able to send a text or an email or do any follow-up or keep any notes. So I went away. I mean, I think it's nice and it has a lot of good things available, but it's not a standalone. You can't just use Connect and not have something else. And so
Right.
I found for me, it just makes better use of my time. I'm using only Genie now, and I'm not using Connect because it just confused my day. And it made things harder for me to get everything done that I needed to get done. And I was like, oh, I need to put this here and then write down where I did it. And then, but I love Genie and I'm sticking with her. And yeah,
Right.
I mean, it is the extra fee, but you know, for me, it's a really, really great use of that money for me, for, you know, for what I get from it. I think it's phenomenal. So I hope that's helpful.
I appreciate that feedback. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sure. And Randine, I can tell you that the ASEA Connect is a good app, but it just sends out corporate stuff. It doesn't send out, you're not able to send out anything from Alan Noble or David Silverman or any of that kind of stuff. And then it also sends you notices when somebody has a birthday or rank advances or signs somebody new up, so you can call out and congratulate them. And then they also send welcome letters out to anybody new that signed up. And they're getting them no matter if you're a part of Genie or not, because I'm using Genie and we send out those welcome letters, and David is too. So if you know, one of us is your upline diamond, they're still getting welcome. But it just, and you are able to take notes on the people and put down, you know, who they are and what they've been doing and who their spouse is and what their health issues are, if they have them, or if they're more into the business or something like that. So right now, I don't know that Genie Connect's not going to get there eventually, but right now Genie is a lot more helpful to me anyway. So anyway, so
Debbie,
David,
could I ask a question? I understand that it's not possible to send any of those documents from our back office library that we used to be able to do, that we have to send them through Genie or ASEA Connect. Do you know that? It used to
no,
be
in the
we could
library,
just,
there should be an envelope and you click on that and it asks you where to send.
I don't think that's working. Wasn't the last time I tried to use it. So I think Peter said you had to use ASEA Connect, but I can check into that.
Ah, okay. I'll check into it also, because that should be something that we should know about. I thought it was still working last time
No,
I used it.
Yeah, no, the back office link will give you a link to the document,
Yep.
but it won't send it.
Okay.
You got to use it.
Interesting. I wonder if that's Canadian again, because I know I'm
Could
still
very well
working on
be.
getting stuff. All right, I'll check into it while David's talking. But David, I just wanted to bring you up to date. Hello, welcome.
Well, thank you.
I have gone through the rank advancements, and we were trying to welcome people, but we really don't have anyone new on tonight. So I was taking some questions while you got on.
Okay, cool. Well, I know Sean Drebin went silver. I don't see him on here.
Yes, no, we
Yeah,
were congratulating him big time, and Barbara Albert said something.
awesome,
Absolutely.
awesome. Good example of someone who just stuck around and was kind of they were walking, and all of a sudden they just got it, and things are going to take, you watch, he'll be gold, platinum, diamond, pretty amazing. Anyway, hi everybody. I'm glad I'm here. If there's nobody new, then you probably already know me, so I don't have to introduce myself. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what's going on this week.
Okay.
We got some really cool stuff happening this week, everybody, and something special that Danielle Matthews just put together. I think she's got her team call now. I don't think Danielle is on. No. Okay. So let me show you what's happening, everybody. And I'm going to put this document in the chat, so you don't have to worry about it right now. Okay. Just let's see where we're at here. Week at a glance. Here we go. So we already started this morning with the green ones are for guests. So we did that this morning. The charge up call was phenomenal today. Once a week, if you didn't listen to it, go to chargeupcall.info and listen to it. It's someone who had been in network marketing and failed many times, and he's Ambassador Diamond. He flew. And I remember the guy, I met him at convention. He came up to me out of nowhere and said, "Hey, nice to meet you. I like your videos. You don't know me, but I'm going to go to the top." And a lot of people say that, and we always learn to watch with our eyes who's really doing it. The guy did it. I mean, it's pretty amazing. His name is Zoltar. He's just an amazing guy. Let's see. You're on our weekly team call. The global expansion call is after this. If you want to pop on that, it's discoverasia.com. Importantly, the green events. I think I already saw Dr. Hoffman mention the tip talks tomorrow. Her team does the first two, but then she's going to be on with Platinum Lynn Matthews, Ask the Doctor. Our team is the only one that does Q&A and with a doctor. And I think a lot of people take that for granted, that you got doctors to answer your guest questions, but we do that. Most of the other presentations don't even have Q&A. Build a Bronze training. Actually, I did it last week with Denny. Last week we did getting started and going through the success guide, steps 1 through 4, and whoever's doing it tomorrow night, whichever diamonds are doing it, it's going to be 5 through 8. So if you didn't see that and you want to see how to get started, it was a very good one last week. Denny really did a good job. There's the one we do in Chinese. I'm doing that. There's one in Spanish. There's one in French. Wednesday. Thursday, I'm doing in the morning. We changed the time. It's at 8 a.m. Changed it a little bit. I'm going to come on at 8 a.m. Eastern, and I'm going to explain ASEA. We're going to have a couple testimonials there at the, well, right at the very beginning, 2 testimonials, quick ones. And then I'm going to explain ASEA, and then we'll talk about the opportunity, and then we'll do Q&A as always. There's a Spanish one in the evening there. And then the one that's great every single week that has amazing testimonial, Alan Noble does that one on Thursday nights. Now we're getting down to the end of the week, and here's what we got. So then Friday night, medical professional is always interviewed at discoverasea.com. And here's the one I want to draw attention to here. Dr. Gary Samuelson, who you all probably haven't had the chance to see live ever, in person or live on a Zoom, talk about ASEA. He's being interviewed by Danielle Matthews. And what we really recommend you do is get people into the ASEA VIP customers group and have them watch it there. There's an option to watch it on Zoom, but I'm telling you, you want to drive people, your associates and customers, to this group so that they can get accustomed and feel good to what's going on with this group. It is focused on product, nothing about business. If you haven't been there, go join it. ASEA VIP customers group. So the best way for them to view it, and I'm going to put this document in the chat, is number 1, if they're already a member of the group, then you just send them this link and they register for the event, right? And then they just go to the event and they can watch it. If they're not yet a member here, if they're not yet a member, then send them an invitation to join the group. And once they've joined the group, send them this, and then they can register for the event. And as a last resort, if they're not using Facebook, they can do it on Zoom on the Zoom number you're on. The reason I say last resort is we really, this site is getting ramped up and it's great. It's a great place to put customers. They feel happy. They don't feel pressured. It's all about health and wellness. And a lot of them will feel so good and learn so much by what they read in there that eventually they're going to bump up and become an associate. Okay. So wanted to make sure you have that. And the second page is this video that I think everybody's seen it. If they haven't, you should. I'm signing up somebody tomorrow, actually. And I signed up 3 people last week, and I sent this to everybody. So they understand the best way to order the product, and they take advantage of all the free perks that come by ordering properly at the beginning. Okay. So Debbie, I'll turn it back over to you, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat bar so people can just download it. Okay.
Yes, sure. Well, I'm going to get back to the Canadians here. When I went to the library just now, I was checking it out while David was talking, and I was able to send the email. I clicked on it, but it asked for an associate ID. So it has to be in your downline to be able to send it. So that's not always what you want to do. You want to send it to new people sometimes. So I don't know. I will make a note and call Diamond Support about that and what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing, honestly. So anyway, I will call them tomorrow and get the word out to people about why that's happening. So do we have any other questions at all?
Debbie,
Yes.
I thought of a crazy question, and
Okay.
this is horrible, but I'm going to go ahead and say it in front of everyone.
Okay.
Where did the name ASEA come from? I've
Oh, that's
not
not
heard that.
horrible.
I mean, I've been around
It
long
was-
enough. I ought to know, or I've already should have asked it by
The
now.
story's just not told that often. When I was at one of my very first things out there, Virtus told us, this is what he told us, that when he was that he surrounded himself with a lot of people, and he was trying to name it, and he wanted to name it Advancing Life and all this other kind of stuff, which they did eventually put something in that name. But he was told by marketing, they said, don't make it mean anything. I mean, pick a name that doesn't mean anything. So like if and they made the 2 referrals. If you reach for a tissue, you usually everybody says what? Kleenex, right? Kleenex means nothing, but now it's associated with tissues. And then a lot of people say soda, but most people, instead of saying soda, they'll go get a Coke. Coke means nothing, but that's associated with the soda drinks at this point, and they're number 1 basically. And so he said, okay. And so he picked up his dictionary. He's got all these books, and it was a great big one. And he was flipping through, and he saw the name ASEA. Now, I don't know if this registered or not, but it means like to the sea, but nobody's ever heard of it. And he had a very thick dictionary. It's not in everybody's dictionary, I don't think. But it meant to the sea. And he thought, oh, well, that's kind of neat. Maybe ASEA. So he brought it in to everybody and put the name out, and they all thought, and they went ASEA. Well, so it was back and forth, but they finally all agreed that was probably a very good name for it. Plus it starts with an A. So it's like at the first of, if you look at direct selling stuff, if they do it alphabetically, ASEA is right in the top few. So it's right up there at the top. So there was a number of reasons. And then he literally, I don't know how many blues he went through to pick the perfect blue. I mean, he did everything very strategically, everything. I mean, I used to listen to some of the things they were doing and going, holy cow, the man's thought of everything. So they picked very strategic blues that were kind of happy blues, that peaceful, serene, just a whole bunch of things that come into your brain when you look at that. And they did, I mean, he just kept going with all kinds of amazing business decisions, but that's where the name ASEA came from, according to him. So it's not a dumb question. It's just not brought up very often anymore.
Well, another question people ask is, I heard somewhere they have a free car program and no one ever talks about it, and we don't, but there is. There's a lot of stuff. Go into your virtual office and go into the Diamond Life. And if you don't think it's a good thing to get the Diamond, besides the income and the freedom, it's pretty cool, the stuff they give you. And
Well, you don't have to use it for a car, though. You can use
No,
it for
you don't
anything.
have to. No.
You can use it
Lifestyle
for a
on it.
car, or you can use it for your house. It's an extra payment that we get as diamonds.
And they give you
Um,
gifts and for hitting levels, and there's a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Hi, this is
I-
Randine again. I have a question regarding the bottle differences between the US and other countries. I'm from Canada,
Right?
and our bottle just says, oh gosh. it doesn't-
Every country's
doesn't
different,
say-
Randine. Every country's different, because I know where you're going with this, and because we limit the call to 30 minutes, so I think I know what you're
Okay.
saying. Why is it different everywhere?
Okay.
Yeah, is that what you're asking? Why is yours different?
Well, I just was watching a training, and it was talking about how it talks about redox on yours. Ours doesn't. So
Yeah. So every country has different regulations with their health department and FDAs and so forth.
that's
So
what I
for
figured.
instance,
Okay.
Yeah, when I speak in Sweden, when we go there, Debbie too, it doesn't say the word redox on it. We can't say redox. We can't say the word health because it's against the law. You can't, with supplements, certain things you can and can't do. So the ASEA's legal department, consults with legal teams in every single, all 33 markets we're in. Some countries can't put bioagiletics on the back of it like we do. So that's why every country's different.
Most countries can't. So, and they
Okay,
can't put
thank you.
they can't put the study on it either in most countries. We
Well,
are
study
the
results.
most loosely regulated of all the countries. That's why I think we're a little bit faster than other countries. But anyway,
Debbie,
yes.
it's Cynthia Lingenfelter. I have a new associate on the
Oh,
on the
okay.
call tonight. Yeah. Her name is Pam Walter. She's
Okay.
from Latrobe, Pennsylvania, but I'd like for her to tell you a little bit about herself.
Sure,
and why
absolutely.
he came into ASEA.
So I
Yeah.
just met Pam. So Pam, what we do here, just so you know, just for time limitation, just, you know, who you are, where you live, what your background is, and what you're most interested in about ASEA at this point.
Okay, and I apologize, I didn't put my visual up. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm from Latrobe, Pennsylvania, and I am friends with Cynthia's daughter, Kristen. We used to work together. She still works. I'm retired. And I was telling her about some of my health problems I've developed. I have leaky gut, and that caused me to have psoriasis, which caused me to have psoriatic arthritis. So I've been working with that. And as I told David earlier, I've only been doing this for a couple days, so I can't say I have any monumental results yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. These two ladies are very dear friends of mine, and I kind of trusted them when they told me they've been doing this for about 6 or 7 months and are having great results. So here I go. I'm looking forward to it very much. I'm just a retired banker, so I don't have the health background that Lucky David does, but it sounds very good to me. And I was in sales for a long time.
Well, most people don't have a health background here. And when you look at the picture, I think I showed you a minute ago, Pam, when we were on the call with Priscilla, I mean, a lot of these people in your upline, and very few of them have medical backgrounds, but they, I mean, there are several people that make more money than I do. I think I'm the highest paid doctor in the company, but that's not what it's about. And if you need a doctor, when you're ready, when you need a doctor to talk to somebody, then you let me know.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to answer Buffy's because I'm trying to hit send and it's not sending. But she was asking about notifications for Jeannie, and virtually they go to the upline Gold, Platinum, and Diamond. So like I wouldn't get notifications for Carolyn and Paul's team and or David's team if they're directly under them, or if
Right.
It kind of cuts me off basically. So I get them for my team. I don't get them for Ivani's team. So I don't get as many notifications anymore, but that's what you get basically.
Does everybody see that you're going to have to change your password? Is anybody not aware of that? If anybody's not aware of it, just put a message in, you're not aware of it, and I'll explain why.
And Buffy had a really good idea, just to go ahead and change it to 12 characters, because they're eventually probably going to go to 12. So you might as well do that. And as Peter Graham told me, make sure you don't put an @ sign in your password, because that can open it up for hackers much easier than anything else. So don't put an @ sign, use like the $sign or the exclamation point for your character or some other bizarre thing.
So I think one of the reasons they're doing it is because now we accept PayPal, which is great because people feel secure with PayPal. And I think it's one of the PayPal requirements also. So people don't, you know, if you use PayPal now, anybody who doesn't want to put credit card information in and they're scared, even though it's a secure site, they can pay with PayPal, which is great.
Right.
So you want to change your password. If you ever signed anybody up and just signed them up for themselves and you got their password for them and you have it, I would look at your notes, go in, change the password, and you can make them aware of it if they're doing anything with it, or if they're not. At least you know how to get into the account if you need to.
Right. And I unfortunately have a lot of those.
And they canceled Envision. You all heard that. Envision's going to be a virtual event now on March, is it 27th, is it? What's the date?
March 27th, and it's from 9 to 1. So it's a very short one.
9 to 1 Eastern, 9 to 1 Eastern, I think it is. So
it's usually always Mountain Time, 9 to 1.
9 to 1 Mountain Time, 9 to 1 Mountain Time. Yeah. I know you're on Mountain Time, but I don't know why they do that. Who the hell knows what Mountain Time is? Everybody knows what Eastern.
Hey, that's where the local headquarters, that's where the headquarters are. So
yeah, I know, but that's
they always do it in
that's
Mountain Time.
egocentric. That's like saying the Earth's the center of the universe. It's like, you know.
It is. Mountain Time is the only time.
Uh-huh. But mark your
Look at it.
calendars for that. So
That's
let's
what
just
Bobby Martin used to say.
let's say it's 11 to 3 Eastern mark your calendars, 11 to 3 Eastern, March 27th. Envision is free, but you'll get to get a good feel for corporate. You really will. It's a North American event, but anybody can attend it. Every market, big market like Asia, Europe, they have their own Envision events. And then there's the convention once a year, which this year is international, which is in Nashville, Tennessee in September, God willing. But this year it's virtual, the Envision event.
And if you want somebody to get the real culture of the company, this would be a really good thing to have, you know, some of your friends over and have them watch, because I'm sure Tyler will do a training like he usually does at Envision, and it's usually spectacular and wonderful.
I have a new person to introduce here. I see just popped on. So, and you spoke to her, Debbie, because you know we do three-way calls. So,
Yes, absolutely.
Indy Cooper Guzman, are you on?
Yes, I am.
There you are. Well, welcome aboard. Let me introduce Indy real quick. Everybody takes about 60 seconds to kind of introduce themselves. Indy, like your background and where you're from and why you joined ASEA. But Indy, I think I sent you a tube of gel, didn't I?
You sure did.
Initially. So in fact, I'm signing up someone else tomorrow who I sent a tube of gel to also. I will never send drink to anybody because they got to get enough to get their results. I don't know how much it's going to take, but if someone promises to use the gel on 5 to 10 people, I'll send them a tube of gel. And she did, and she saw the results, and she just joined, and we've been launching her business. So introduce yourself, Indy.
Thank you. Yes, I'm Indy Cooper Guzman from New Jersey, and I am a dual certified health and life coach, registered nurse. And I am also certified in pain management with a daughter that has multiple issues as well as myself. I use the product, the gel product on my daughter for discomfort in her back. And she had significant results. And with her taking a lot of different medications, this was a real terrific experience because there was no side effects or interactions. And this is promising for her. She's young and they can't do much surgery on her right now. And this is going to be a game changer for her life, I think. And so when I saw this, I said, no, there's so much promise here. People need to know about these products. And I'm ready to go.
Fabulous. And it's nice to see you in person.
Yes.
After
Yes,
talking to
same
you.
here.
Absolutely. Welcome to the team.
Thank you so
Very
much.
happy that your daughter's already feeling a little bit of something. That's great. Way to get her on the liquid. So
Yes.
absolutely
Awesome.
wonderful. We're glad you popped on.
Thank you.
And Indy, I got your text about that doctor you wanted to talk to. I'll message it back. Okay.
Thank
Yep. Okay. We're
All right.
over. Did everybody get those documents that I posted in there? I put the infrastructure document. I put the week at a glance in there. You can just click it and download it. I put in, well, those are the two I put in. And then I put in, you can cut and paste the details for Dr. Samuelson's event. I put all the details there also.
Thank you for so many opportunities to introduce people to ASEA.
Thank you. Well, hey, we know what we've got in the palm of our hands. We don't want to leave anybody behind.
Yeah.
We can't motivate people, you know, but the ones that are motivated at whatever level, we want to make sure the infrastructure is in place that they can just plug in. And I can tell you is if you want to keep everything really, really simple, then everybody please remember this, okay? Let's see what color. I'll do it in yellow maybe. Let's see. All right.
I always want to know how you pick your colors.
I, T, T. Who knows what that stands for?
I do.
Who? What does it stand for?
Invite,
Invite
what's the T? Tool
tools,
Yeah.
team.
and team. That's what it
That's
is. I remembered.
See? That's what it is. It's right, Renee. Invite, create the interest, invite them to learn, leverage a tool, a video or an event, something, right? Set a time for a follow-up and introduce them to the team. Invite, team, tool. Just remember that. And that's what you try to do. Not everybody's going to go through it, but that's what you're attempting to do. That's the goal. And if you do that, then you've educated them in a duplicatable way. They see their support. They will use support if they get involved, and hopefully they'll duplicate, you know, what you've shown them what to do. If you bring them in some other way that happen to get them in, that doesn't really duplicate well, they're going to probably try to duplicate that. And then you've got a watered down, diluted down line. So you just try to get them. As soon as you open your mouth and call somebody, just pretend you're training them. You don't know if they're going to say yes, no, join, buy product, get involved. But if it turns out they want to do the business, they're going to remember every single thing you did with them. And they're going to do what you did because they think that's the way you bring people in. So, you know, do it the right way. Best tip I can give you. I see people asking for these documents, but I did put them in the chat. If you scroll up, I put the infrastructure document in there, and I put the, I'll do it again. Infrastructure. There's the infrastructure. Tell me if you see it, because I put it in before. Oh, I redid the science-based medicine thing. Take that document. Really, I just redid it. I'm going to delete the old one because I went back. Some of the links didn't work. That document will come in very handy for you all if you read it and save it. Okay. And then let me see, I'll just put a couple more in here just so you can grab them. Where is the benchmark? Here, I redid the just in case you didn't get the benchmark form. Okay. And if I've got to jump off. I know we're going to end now. If anybody, I'll leave the Zoom on in case so it doesn't disappear. If you want to grab the stuff out of the chat, those documents, I'll just leave it on. Okay, Deb?
Sure. Does everybody know how to save the chat?
No, they just have to click the document and download it.
No, I know, but if they want to save the chat, they can.
Oh, well, that's true.
They can click on the three little dots right next to at the very bottom. There are three little dots, and it'll say save chat, and it'll come up in a document form. So you have everything on it, and you can take what you want and then delete it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a quick, fast way to do things. So anyway, all right. Well, we'll say goodnight to everyone and let everyone. There is a Cindy's global call. Cindy and Danny Doyle do a global call at the very top of the hour, at whatever time zone you're in. Terry Latham also does a call the hour after that. And that's on teamlivit.com. And a lot of times he'll have some very interesting people on also if you're up for just kind of learning more. But in the meantime, have a great evening and a great week. And we'll see you here next Monday.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Everybody. Thank you.